everybody, my name is Melissa and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I want to read this fall and autumn, whichever one you want to say. I have a lot of books that I really want to get to. Some of these have been on my shelves for a very long time. Some of them I just recently purchased, and yeah, these are the ones I'm most looking forward to. Again, I did this back in summer, and you know, some of them I did read, some of them I didn't, and I really enjoyed doing that. It kind of like reminds me of the books that I do want to get to, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. By the way, they are mowing the lawn like right outside my window, so if you can hear that, I really do apologize. It's absolutely frustrating, but they're literally right outside my door and I can't really do anything about it. So the first two books I'm going to talk about are ones that I'm currently in the middle of, and I'm almost done with both of them, honestly. And the first one is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Marin. I think that's how you say it. I have been absolutely thoroughly enjoying this book, flipping through the pages, and I actually put it on like hold, and I don't want to finish it just yet because I just want to like savor it, and I'm ready for the next book, which I know will take a little bit to come out since this is a new release. It's about a girl who is a witch, and she ends up having to fall into an arranged marriage to end up saving herself with a witch hunter. So you can see there's a little bit of a problem there. This book is actually sold as a young adult novel, but I honestly think it is more new adult because there are some steamy scenes in it. This is very surface level of the magic system. You only really know that there are two different like sectors, one that are blood witches and ones that they don't have to use blood in order to use their magic. So this is a very interesting read. I really have been enjoying it. I love the main character. She's just so funny and she's so witty, and I love the fact that she gives her husband a extremely hard time, and it's just super cute seeing them together and seeing them interact. Love this so much. I love the side characters. So I'm less than 100 pages to being finished with this book, and I absolutely don't want it to end, and I don't know when I'm going to pick this up, probably after I finish this video, but yeah, absolutely loving it. Definitely a great read. So the second book that I am currently in the middle of and almost finished with is Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the third book, and they are now finished with the fourth one. It's already out, but I definitely think these are fabulous autumn reads, and I think I've picked up both previously during those months, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely I love the mystery aspect. So these books are set in the Victorian era and during a time when women just have a certain position in life, and that's definitely not one where they're working and solving crimes, and that's what she wants to do. So this is a very fun, interesting, and romantic series, very forward-thinking female character who there's definitely a lot of like, I don't know, cutesy lovey scenes and pining and angstiness, and if you're down for all of that, because this book is definitely heavy on it, it is a lot of fun. It's definitely gotten a lot more romance plot driven as the books have gone on, but I don't care. I definitely love it because Thomas, he's just the best, and I love his character as well. So I'm pretty sure you've probably already read it. You might have read it because these are very popular, and I'm finally getting through them and hopefully pick up the fourth very soon. The next book on my TBR I recently received from Penguin Teen, so thank you so much for sending me this book, and that is The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. So I have read her other book, Flame in the Mist, and I absolutely loved it. I know she has a very flowery writing style, which is, you know, not everybody's favorite, but I really did enjoy, so I'm very excited to pick this one up. I do know that this has been getting a lot of mixed reviews as well, so a lot of people love it, a lot of people don't like it. This is supposed to be the comeback for, you know, the vampires, but from what I heard, not too much vampire action is happening, so I'm really just gonna go into this book with a very open mind and kind of see where it takes me and not really expect too much, but I'm extremely excited and grateful that I received this book and want to get to it very soon. I feel like it's going to be a great fall read, and this comes out a little bit later in October, I think like October 8th. I've had this book on my shelf for quite a while, and that is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I read Fangirl and absolutely loved it. I really did enjoy that, and that was a contemporary book, and this is the fantastical book that the fan fiction is based off of. So it's kind of like a Harry Potter inspired fan fiction, and this is the fan fiction of from that. So it's really weird. It's like a book within a book type deal, but I'm very excited. This is one that I've been wanting to read, and it's about Simon and Baz, and they go to this magical school and, you know, falling in love and all that cutesy stuff. I know she wasn't planning on writing a second book to carry on, but now that it's out, I really am more interested in picking this first one up and seeing if I like it, and maybe I'll pick up the next one. But yeah, definitely want to get to this one very soon. So speaking of Harry Potter, I have been wanting to read the illustrated editions of Harry Potter, and the fourth one is coming out very soon, and I already own the first, the first three, and yes, very, very excited. I haven't read the first book probably since the very first time I read it, but I've reread the third one countless times, like so much where the binding of my third Harry Potter, and I had to super glue it back together. That's how much I read that book. And I'm very excited about getting to this series and kind of diving into it in a little bit of a different format with the illustrations and just reliving my childhood, because that just sounds absolutely perfect and perfect for fall time. And yeah, who doesn't love Harry Potter? Of course, it wouldn't be my channel or me without having a Brandon Sanderson novel on the table, and that's going to be Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. I also have Edge Dancer, I think it's called. It's the novella in between the second and the third novel. So I already own that one, but it's in the other room and I don't feel like getting it. So I want to read that one first and then pick this up. So yeah, this is going to be one of the big books that I read for my big book reading challenge. I think I'm like missing 1 or 2 books to complete, you know, one for each month. So that being said, I really want to get to this one this month, and I know that I can knock it out fairly quickly, even though it is pretty big, but the last 2 I read in about a week. So again, this is a multi-point of view story in a high fantasy world. It has fighting, amazing fight scenes, absolutely so well done. The magic system is really great. So I'm really not that great at explaining what this series is about. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link to Jay from Captured in Words video that he did a summary of The Way of Kings. It is very spoiler filled, but it is so well done and so well researched, and like you can tell that he put time and effort, and it's just so amazing. So I'll leave a link to that below if you're interested in finding a little bit more about this series, and if you're thinking about picking it up, please do, and talk to me about it, because I would love to talk about the series as well. So yeah, I'm gonna read the novella and then pick this one up. The last fantasy book that I have on my TBR is gonna be Middle Game by Shannon McGuire. I picked this up because I absolutely love the Wayward Children series. So when I found out she wrote another adult fantasy novel, I decided I had to pick this up. I think it's a standalone if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. It's about these 2 twins, and that's all I know. It's written by Shannon McGuire. That's all I need to know, because I absolutely love the way that she wrote those novellas, and they're one of my favorite fantasy series. And if you haven't read them, read them. Absolutely amazing, and I really want to get to this one really soon. So the very last 2 books that I'm going to talk about are going to be my thriller picks of the month or coming months, and the first one's going to be Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This has been on my radar for a little while, and I'm very excited to get to it. It's about a girl who has been found dead, and the police originally rule it as a suicide, but the detective doesn't believe that it is a suicide, so he thinks that she's been murdered. So this is going to be kind of a detective murder mystery type deal, which sounds really interesting because there are some mixed media aspects. There's, I think, let me find one, there's some emails as well as websites that you kind of like flip through. There's pictures as well. So I'm very excited to get to this. I originally picked it up as an audiobook, but unfortunately the PDF file that's supposed to go along with it didn't download for some reason, so I had to return it, and here we are with the physical copy. So the very last book I want to talk about is going to be Final Girls by Riley Sager. This is the first book that this author wrote, and I just hear that the books keep getting better and better, and this one sounded really interesting. It kind of had like a horror movie, like slasher vibe, and so the final girls are the girls who have survived those type of attacks, and yeah, they kind of get together at this cabin, I believe, and one of them is found dead, and it just seems like this is kind of weird. What's going on? Thriller. mystery, I'm not sure, slasher film, horror film. This just seems like the perfect October read, and I'm very excited to get to it. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching my autumn fall TBR. There's a lot of books. I know that I'm not gonna get to all of these, and I'm sure I'm gonna pick up a lot of other ones as well. So yeah, I never actually stick with my TBRs, but these are the ones that I'm absolutely the most excited about to get to, that are on my shelves, that are calling my name, and yeah. Very, very excited. So if you've read any of these or have any thoughts or opinions about them, I would love to chat about and talk about it in the comments down below. And I hope you have a great day and happy reading. Bye!